All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. Talking March Madness. Got started with a big bang yesterday. Lots of games yesterday. Got some games going on today. Big upset. Yale taking down Auburn, who's probably a lot of people's pick to, either at least to win the NCAA championship on long odds. And goodness gracious, Colorado and Florida in a 200-point game.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And Colgate and Baylor was a big winner. Northwestern upset Florida Atlantic. UAB losing to San Diego State. Marquette, after a slow start, took down Western Kentucky. Clemson, big win over New Mexico. Connecticut.
What? They got a bye week going all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah, I thought about taking the Stetson team total under in that one. We didn't pull the trigger, but it was 59.5. They scored 52 points. Got some games coming up here. Tonight, there's still 4 games left. You got Longwood, Houston, James Madison, Wisconsin, TCU, U State, Grand Canyon, St. Mary's, and go over a few games tomorrow for the NCAA tournament. Hit us up with the questions. Taking all your questions. Got 42 people watching right now. Sean will be joining us in a little bit. I'm going to tweet out the link to the show so we get some more people in here. All right. Tweet has gone out. Or you can't call them tweets anymore. It's posts on X. All right. Any thoughts after you're seeing? You got a future on Connecticut?
I do. I got UConn at plus 650.
Damn, really? UConn plus 650?
I've had it for weeks. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I got UConn plus 650.
Yeah.
I got, God, I can't. You know what? I can't remember that because I'm the video is on my phone and all my futures are on my phone. So I really can't.
I got Iowa State to reach the Elite Eight. Feel pretty good about it after last night's game.
Give me a quick. If I.
Yep. Yeah, Iowa State to reach the Elite Eight. They have a game tomorrow versus Washington. Iowa State playing Washington State tomorrow.
So I got Illinois at plus 2,200. I got $50 on that to win it all.
Okay.
100 on Kentucky. That was a loser. And 100 on, I think they lost. I forgot what it were. But I did put 100 on North Carolina to win it all at 6-1. And I have 100
I like that
on Marquette to win at plus 550 to win their region.
And Marquette looked good tonight versus Western Kentucky.
And then my 2 Kentucky futures lost, but I still have an Illinois, a Marquette, a UConn, and a North Carolina. Still,
they lost to Oakland yesterday. Nice story.
Doesn't surprise me though. Believe it or not, this Oakland team has been playing really well. It does not surprise me.
Yeah, and they've got a matchup tomorrow versus who are they playing tomorrow again?
NC State.
NC State. That's right. We just talked about that.
I like this Oakland Bears team. I mean, it's not just because, man, I didn't jinx no damn.
Player prop king getting the shot in.
And FAU was already losing. They came back, tied it up, and then they choked.
How you doing, Georgie? Georgie's across the pond in Tamworth, UK. Yeah, I don't know if Berlusconi caught the last Bare Their Soul. So man, I couldn't abide the disrespect for the Justin Fields. You know, it's just like, come on, the kid gave his all for the Bears. What kind of fan are you? So I had a rough show last week, and I'm about to apologize to the Bear fans. But
so Mr. Higgs is in the bathroom. He'll be here in 2. He said.
All right. Yeah, the Oakland Bears.
No, not the Oakland Bears, the Michigan Bears.
All right, first game we got Longwood versus Houston tomorrow. That's the first game tonight. Sorry, that's just tonight.
Yeah.
Coming up in about 2 hours. You know how I feel about Longwood. You and I have talked about. They cannot. Whenever I bet them, they make it so close that they can't hit their free throws down the stretch. I'm on Houston.
You have to roll with Houston here.
Yeah.
They have to come out and make a statement, especially after what they laid a goose egg pretty much in their conference finals. So they have to come out and make a statement and show they are the true number 1 seed. And this Longwood team, come on, man. I think Grambling is a better team than Longwood, and that doesn't say much. Houston, my prediction is like a 75, 77 to 50 to 52 type game. I think this is going to be a blowout, but just barely cover the game, though.
Juicy upsets tomorrow. Kind of like Oakland to win tomorrow, man.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the upsets.
I think Duquesne's live, too, although Illinois has been hot. Both teams have been hot.
We'll get to the upsets.
Yep. I also like a play on Longwood team total under 52.
Oh, yeah. Under, yeah. I don't see them
play.
55. I think 55 is the stretch.
Yep. We're looking at 129.5 total. I hate laying big numbers with the total this small, but Houston's a different animal, you know?
This number is sharp because if high 70s in Houston, low 50s, it's going to put you at that number.
Yep.
I would lean the under, but it's Houston or nothing in this game. There's really no reason to touch that total.
Right, 127, 129 listening now. Hit the like button if you can't help us out.
It was Iowa State versus Longwood, I would say under all day.
All day.
I actually have more faith in Iowa State.
Iowa State, Houston, I'm under that one.
Yeah.
The alternate line under.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony had both like Houston tonight, minus the points.
I actually bet it. So, 23.5.
Yep.
It's not my favorite, but I think they come out and make a statement.
Last game blown out by Iowa State. They were at home too, I think, right? No, it was in Iowa State.
Neutral court.
Neutral court. Okay, yeah, right. But the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
In Kansas City. They're going to be pissed off coming into this game versus Longwood. Take it out on Longwood. James Madison tonight. This one's kicking off later versus Wisconsin. This is an interesting game. Initially, I lead Wisconsin. James Madison won 30 games. They haven't beaten anybody, man. Their best wins like Liberty, I think. If you go back.
So this game reminds me of the exact same thing as the New Mexico versus everybody. I don't know one person that actually bet Clemson except for me. I took Clemson money line at plus 116, and it was a no-doubter. This is basically the same thing. The only difference is James Madison's not favored. They're a dog. They played well all year. But in my opinion, they're really not the James Madison from previous years.
No, they're athletic and long.
They're good.
They should be able to throw some length at Wisconsin's size. But
their team and their whole entire conference got a lot weaker this season. So I'm going to take Wisconsin. Lay the points. Don't overthink. I know Mr. Higgs, he likes Mr. James Madison in this game, but
I was just listening. I was at the bathroom. I'm like, got in. I'm like, I was 3 minutes late, but I couldn't hold it. I had to go pee, but I was listening. I was trying to send a message, but
Mr. Square, Houston over Longwood, minus 24.
Listen, Houston team total over 37.5 first half.
I thought about that one too.
6.
I was going to say that. I looked at that before the show too, and I was like, should I bet this one?
36 now?
I had it
36.5.
Turn my light down. Oh, I just love it. I love it.
Houston first half.
In this game here, I got a bad number on the opener. I did on the opening night show. I got a 4.5. Just because it's 4.5, I had to take it. Like, why is it so low? Now, is it going to win? Who the heck knows? I had Sanford. I had McNeese, both 6s. I thought should be 9s. They ended up splitting. This is another one. I'll go. It's a number I just thought was wrong. Anything's possible.
Wisconsin.
Barrelissimo. Sean likes James Madison.
Listen, and I was doing a show earlier today, and I was like, how is this team ranked in the top 10 to start the year? Wisconsin was like a top 10 team at one point. Is that a joke?
Yeah.
Now, we see the Big Ten with some wins here in the tournament. They kind of stumbled down a stretch, Whiskey, but then they finished up strong. I don't know. Again, this comes to, is it too easy to just say, oh, Wisconsin, easy winner here? They went to the championship game. I don't know. Give me the opposite. Give me the opposite of easy.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite of what you're saying. I think Wisconsin's playing their best ball. They're playing their best ball just like they did in the beginning of the year when they started the season.
Right.
They were at their peak. Then they just got into a huge funk for a couple months, and once the conference championship started, they just started.
They did. They had a great run through the tournament.
Purdue. They went toe to toe with Illinois. They beat until the last 5 minutes of the game. I'm not going to overthink this one. I like Wisconsin to lay the points, and I think
I like Wisconsin too.
I can't take James Madison. I'm telling you.
They haven't.
I want to thank Trent for that Auburn. Thanks.
Oh my God!
Killed my Auburn Final Four.
He killed my Nebraska bet tonight too. I love Nebraska coming
in.
in.
The entire first round was Auburn minus 12.5, 5-unit bomb, and I just sat in freaking piss while watching that game.
This freaking guy.
James Madison, first game of the season, they beat Michigan State in overtime. That's the first game of the season, though, man. After that, the best team they played was Appalachian State. They played them twice and lost both times.
I mean, who was their best?
Their best win is Michigan State.
Then please tell me why this line opened at 4.5.
I know,
and it's been basically 5.5 since.
I still like Wisconsin.
I understand that people turn on the TV and the talking heads like, oh, trendy dog, it's a 5-12. And I hate the fact that I was on all these. Because I wasn't, when the lines were coming up, I wasn't looking at the seedings. I'm just looking at the lines as they're coming and writing down like, oh, I like, Kansas 6. Like, that's a joke to me. Like, why are they 6? I don't care who's missing for that team. Why are they a 6-point fave? Like, that looked, Gonzaga, same thing. Name brand. This is another one. Name brand. Now, we're going to talk about the other game coming up. The Gonzaga Marys, same kind of thing. But that one actually like Marys. I think Marys is going to stomp those guys.
Grand Canyon, St. Mary's.
Yeah. That's another one. I didn't pull the trigger on that one because I thought that line was that made sense a little bit to me because what they got. I know we'll talk about that in a second, but they got an NBA guy on Grand Canyon.
Anthony and I like Wisconsin. Sean likes James Madison.
Can't take James Madison. There's nothing in the world that they convince me.
I can't. They haven't beaten anybody, but they got the athletes. But
Wisconsin is the same.
Here's the thing: are they going to be McNeese and just get run on the building and not put up a fight?
Right.
Or will they be Samford and come back and battle in that game and cover the number for you?
I had Samford in that one last night.
Game between 6 and 8 points. That's where I got this. I mean,
that's what they think. That's what it probably should have been open.
Yeah. Yep. I don't see. 4.5. I would have been all over Wisconsin. 5.5. I'm hesitant on Wisconsin.
I still like Wisconsin 5.5. But you start going 6.5, I'll leaning James Madison. But TCU versus Utah State, man, I like the over in this game. I think both these teams play fast. They don't play a ton of defense. They're so efficient on offense, both teams. And TCU's offensive strength plays to Utah State's defensive weakness. Utah State's offensive strength plays to TCU's defensive weakness. Is opened at 146.5 or 148.5. I think, Sean, for the total.
I don't have the openers. I'm past that because I feel I'm already on like Sunday and Monday CIT.
Opened at 147.5.
I have
to 150.5.
I got Utah State at 4.5 in this, and I had to tell you, I don't like it. Not after Colorado State didn't show up in the second round. New Mexico absolutely looked terrible.
Got killed. Yep.
So yeah, the Mountain West I was really high on.
Getting kicked.
This whole tournament, I didn't understand why anybody was on New Mexico. I just couldn't understand it.
Steve Alford, a terrible coach, always loses in the NCAA tournament too.
Bad. New Mexico. I'm sorry.
Nevada.
I like Nevada big. I like TCU in this one. I posted it in Sean's show. But Sean thought it was a loser. I like TCU.
Listen, I'm on Utah State. Do I like it? No, I said that after I see Nevada blow a 17-point lead and got scored 24-4.
Yep.
And at Colorado State, listen, you're losing 14-11 and then 24-11.5. I get it. You've played terrible, but you're still in that game because Texas kind of closed good. They didn't play that good either. So that game, as ugly as they looked, Texas didn't look that much better. The Nevada game, oh my goodness.
That's another story. When you finish the game on a 24-4 drought, I mean, there's just no words to describe it.
And again, I had a UAB today over San Diego State.
That was my dog of the day.
San Diego State. But
you needed San Diego State
covered.
to win. They didn't cover.
They didn't cover? I thought they covered.
UAB covered.
UAB got
covered.
7. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I'm saying at least San Diego State won outright at least.
Right. San Diego State.
I was hoping they lost. I was rooting for UAB.
I'll tell you, if they didn't win, and if these two teams have to win tonight just based for the Mountain West next year not to get 2 bids. Because they said, you know what? All right, the ACC, and now I got to tell you, these ACC teams, changed my tune on them because I didn't think they were good. Now I'm looking to take a freaking NC State's 6 tomorrow?
6.5.
Oh. I want to. Is it wrong? I want to lay 10 with Wake Forest against Georgia because maybe the ACC was for real. I thought they were garbage. I thought it was Duke and NC.
Who's at home with that game?
That's NIT. Wake Forest will be home.
It's in home. Yeah, I mean, if it's in Wake Forest, I'm going to say yes because Georgia, they just. I mean,
I don't know. Has the SEC Auburn just went down to Yale, who I thought could quietly be the best team in that conference because everybody just talk about Tennessee, and then there's Kentucky talk, and then Alabama offense, and Florida could score. Well,
Florida just went down 200 point game.
Goodbye, Florida. Goodbye, Auburn. Goodbye, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is A&M gonna? A&M's doing okay.
Get to the next game, Tooch. Get to the Bama game.
All right.
Chomping at the bit for Alabama.
I mean, now we're talking SEC. No, Bama.
Bama. We'll come back to this one.
Yeah.
We're talking about SEC. You might as well talk about Alabama.
I didn't put this one in.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's 3 games.
I'll load it up.
Bama's off. You know why he didn't put in? Because they're already playing. That's why. Because
right. They're already playing. Yeah,
they're losing.
That's
too.
why I didn't put it in because it was started during the show.
What I'm trying to say is Bama, are they going to be on upset alert with seeing all the SEC teams? You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. They're
down 6.
Now, if James Madison played like College of Charleston, I would definitely be on College of Charleston over Wisconsin with the points. Now,
Alabama will come back.
College of Charleston is a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
I think they're playing Bama in the perfect because they both can score. And I think if Bama's not careful, Charleston will win this game outright.
I think so. You have a team that plays 0 defense.
Yeah, just like Florida.
And besides the fact you're giving them 9.5 points, it was an auto play. That was an auto play, just like Stanford and McNeese and Drake as a pick'em basically in a home court. That was another debacle I had yesterday. Michigan State was a game. You look at the line and say you had to take them. Yeah. But yeah, Charleston the same. I give up 85 points a game. No, thank you. No, thank you, Alabama.
Texas A&M up 12 on Nebraska with a 3 by Tominaga. Love that player.
I couldn't. I wanted to take A&M. I just couldn't because of the SEC had played.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And as much as you guys know, we had Nebraska a few times this year in the show. Like I kind of like the team. They could shoot. They could score. I didn't want to do it because of the Big Ten overplaying their hand. Right, Michigan State big win. Northwestern, like teams playing well. I couldn't get involved in that kind of game. Not the way the SEC looked and the way the Big Ten looked. They look like they reverse roles.
It's like they forgot how to play ball.
Longwood is all about penetration at the hold. They will not get through him, Jay. Yeah, I think I said this is gonna 50-17 at the half. I think this is one of the best all over again.
One of the best post defenses in the NCAA.
I got this game 77-52 type game.
That close?
Yeah. I think they could just barely break 50. I do.
And Houston team total.
I don't think they'll break it 50.
76.5. I think.
I say no to that one.
I laid the number, so I hope they don't.
And I think it's a
Purdue
big blowout.
Houston first half for us.
I see what you did here, Jay Grizz, trying to make a joke. Get it? Longwood's all about penetration.
I was wondering about that. I was like, you guys catching that?
You're not going to get past Houston's rim job.
Nice one.
All right. What do we got here? All right, let's go on to Grand Canyon, St. Mary's. Sean likes St. Mary's, man.
You know what? I got over here too. I hate taking all these favorites because tomorrow I basically like all the dogs pretty much. But tonight I think Mary's covers it. I'm not sold on this Grand Canyon team. I took Tarleton. I
like Grand Canyon in this one. Give me Grand Canyon plus 5.5.
I like Mary's.
And I like the other side.
Defense.
Is this someone I
Grand,
was with?
Grand Canyon's top 10 in effective field goal rate against. St. Mary's does not have a stud like Tyon Grant Foster. That dude's 6'7". He's an absolute stud.
This morning when I was doing the other show, they said this line was up at the 6.5, so it had moved. So is this correct line right now?
I show 5.5. If I'm wrong, let me know.
5.5, okay.
Yeah,
I think that they might use the Pinnacle line too as well. Who knows?
Let me check it again, Sean. Live 5.5. I show.
All right.
Yeah, I hate picking all these damn favorites, but the only dog I really like tonight is College of Charleston. But this is the game I'm not betting, but I would definitely lean St. Mary's. I can't bet this game. I just can't. These are two teams I don't even bet during the regular season or the conference championship. I'm not big on the West Coast. It's just a personal thing.
Yeah. All right, moving on. No play for us on this one. Early game tomorrow, Dayton versus Arizona. Look, honestly, I don't trust either of these teams. I love Deron Holmes, man. The guy's a beast. That's almost all that Dayton has, though. Arizona can come at you with so much length, so much height, but they're so inconsistent, man. I don't know what happens. It's like they lose focus. They let teams back in. Dayton started slow in their last game versus they just play.
It's crazy because
who'd they just play, Sean?
It was 8.5 this morning.
They came all the way back and won.
Yeah, I was opposite of them.
Right, so was I.
I gotta lay the number here.
They beat Nevada.
Mm-hmm. I gotta lay the number here. I don't trust Dayton's offense. They can't go toe to toe with Arizona. They just don't have the offense to do it.
Give me the under in this one. Dayton plays so slow.
I had the
under, huh?
Yeah, give me the under.
And Long Beach State, and it went under by 7 points. This game,
Dayton is the slowest team in the NCAA.
Here, Dayton is not. They can't keep up with Arizona.
I mean, they scored 91 against VCU and 100 versus St. Louis.
Yep.
Who, Dayton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very efficient on offense.
Ah, God, I can't stand this game.
Then they lose it to Quesney, 65-57.
Hold on.
Duquesne and Nevada. Yeah, they're consistent as hell.
Were any of them on OT?
Nope.
No.
No OT?
100 to 83 was no OT. And
were they home or road?
VCU, they're at home, put up 91.
Yeah.
St. Louis was on the road. They put up 100.
The VCU game was OT.
Yeah, I figured one of them was OT. Yeah,
and they scored 35 in OT, so that one is sniffy over.
I'm laying the number. I cannot take Dayton with Arizona.
All right, well,
this is the game to fade Arizona.
Let's see, 17-15-0 against the spread for Dayton, 21-11-2 against the spread for Arizona. Let's go. Arizona's probably the play, Anthony.
That's one thing. Dayton plays a lot of teams. They don't play teams that like to run like Arizona and like to score at a high efficiency. Yep. I'm going to go with Arizona here.
I don't know. 9.5. I might. If I could get a 10, I would take Dayton.
Yep.
Oh, just buy the hook. Buy the hook and get the minus 120 if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I prefer a double digit than a.
Yeah.
This game's a no play for me. I don't trust either team.
I'm laying the number.
It's tough to trust Arizona.
Yeah,
I definitely don't. And I hate because when you go against a team that or when you go with the team you just went against, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, why am I going against you? I didn't think you should win your first game, and yet I'm
Yeah.
going to go with you in your second game.
Yep.
That's a game you might want to just play. I mean, really want to play it. Wait till halftime and see how these teams are playing, and go from there. I'm not running to go bet Arizona. I'll tell you that. But
This is an interesting one here. I want to take Kansas.
see,
I'm on Gonzaga minus 3.5 without McCullough.
no.
I'll take
This was a 4.5 when I wrote this down 2 hours ago.
Here, this is 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. Give me Gonzaga. I'm sorry.
9-1 their
Without
last 10.
McCullough, Kansas is. I mean, they shouldn't even have beat Sanford for fuck's sake. I mean, this is just an absolute disgrace to Gonzaga.
They put up 52 against Cincinnati.
Huh? What are you talking about?
52 points, Kansas versus
Well,
Cincinnati.
it's okay. That game, Kansas didn't have their center.
They don't have McCullough or Dickinson.
Yeah, this is a 4.5, by the way, on this one right now.
Is it 4.5?
Yeah.
I got it at 3.5.
Dickinson is back. He only missed that one game.
Yeah. Let's see.
Trust me, I would not be betting no damn Cincinnati.
So, McCullough is questionable.
He's out.
Maybe he's playing though. That's why I went up to 4.5.
He's suspended,
He's
isn't he?
not
Suspended. He's not coming back.
No, he's got a knee injury.
He's done. Dickinson missed that one game. He played the last game. Don't overthink this. This is Gonzaga or nothing.
Yeah,
They're-
Kansas.
No way you in hell.
4-6 their last 10 coming in.
There's no way in hell you can convince me on taking Kansas here.
They're 2-3 their last 3.
They're
I like Gonzaga. Man.
beat up. There's no confidence on this team. They know they're going to lose. They can't go deep. I mean, it's Gonzaga's tearing up everybody. They just destroyed McNeese State, who arguably had thousands of people had them beating Gonzaga.
Did Kansas play McNeese State too? I want to say they played McNeese too. I'm just trying to find a common opponent.
They just played him yesterday. Tooch.
Gonzaga played.
No, Gonzaga played them.
Oh, Gonzaga plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas edged Samford.
No, I'm just looking back towards the regular season to see if they have any opponents in common.
Well, Gonzaga
played Kentucky, right?
Kentucky, yeah. They beat Kentucky in Kentucky.
Yeah. Gonzaga beat Kentucky. Kansas played Kentucky as well. That was towards the beginning of the season, though, for Kansas versus
It's
Kentucky.
a different. You can't go off that.
It's a different.
Because you look at it that way, because Gonzaga has turned itself around since then and got a little.
Yeah, beginning of the season, we were all. I mean, I was against Gonzaga.
I was down on Gonzaga.
Kansas beat Kentucky as well, 89-84.
Gonzaga team's going to be atrocious, and look at they're turned it around. I mean, credit.
Mark Few's a great coach.
Yeah, credit to him because I'm telling you, they proved me wrong. I'll tell you that right now. I'll say it right first. I was wrong.
All right, Sean's on Kansas. Anthony and I are on Gonzaga.
No doubt. There's no way in hell.
I didn't bet him yet. The 4.5 has me intrigued.
I mean, it makes sense. I get it. What does the line tell you? Because it's like they're begging you to take Gonzaga here. That's what they're basically saying. 3.5 opener, or what is that? Opener 3.5. Now it's 4.5.
It opened at 4.5, didn't it? Or opened at 3.5. Hold on.
Whatever it is. They're begging you to take Gonzaga. I mean, if that's the cheese and I'm the mouse.
Right. So it opened at 4.
I'm sorry.
I show a live number 3.5, Sean. Just make sure.
All right.
Yeah, I show 3.5 still.
3.5 4. Without McCullers, I can't touch Kansas.
All right. Let's head to Sparty and the Tar Heels. Classic matchup. Tom Izzo, March Madness, Sean. I like North Carolina. Sparty's been so inconsistent, man.
I was going to say that 3.5 has to be like FanDuel or something.
They're not very efficient on offense. They can't shoot free throws.
So I like 3.5 this morning. I heard.
I got 3.5 this morning too.
I think 4.5.
I still show 3.5 too.
Where though? FanDuel, DraftKings? It's got to be because no other book has it.
I had it on DraftKings. It might be. I'll check now. Hold on.
So Michigan State weakness.
Everything I see offshore is 4.5s.
Yeah, Michigan State.
Maybe a 4 BOL.
4. So DraftKings is -4 at -105, which means it's -3.5. But -4, minus 105, North Carolina for me.
They got a good number. We'll see what happens.
US
North Carolina on this one. Yeah, I like North Carolina 3.5.
Yep, all of us are on North Carolina.
I don't see how Michigan State is going to be able to stop Baycott. There's nobody on the team. Look at their team. If you watch any of Michigan's, they have nothing, no big guys.
Their offense is so inefficient.
They got a tall, skinny ass white dude. You really think he's going to guard mini Shaq Baycott? Come on. Baycott's going to have 20 plus points again. This is North Carolina double digits rolling.
I see fours popping up for this game already right now too.
So. Yeah, 4 on DraftKings.
4.5. Who really gives a shit about the damn number, guys? Who cares? 3.5, 4, 4.5. That's the same shit. North Carolina.
Yeah, but if you like the dog, you want a better number, you know.
Well, of course. I'm not going to hold that stupid number for 5 minutes.
9-1 their last.
No, that was the other game. That's why I was. Because I didn't know he was posted a number from 12 hours ago for a show that started 15 minutes ago.
No, I just did these before the show. Tar Heels 9-1 their last 10, coming in hot, but
they're in prime position.
6-4 against the spread.
They're playing their best ball. Them and Gonzaga are two teams you don't want to be in their way right now.
I've said all year I thought North Carolina was a Final Four team, and Michigan State. Okay, you scored a nice win over Mississippi State. There's big signature wins are beating Tennessee twice, and we see the SEC collapsing left and right here. So,
100%.
And what we've seen the ACC with Clemson and North Carolina State win games they shouldn't. So sign me up for North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep. North Carolina, all of us.
I mean, I will say, Tom Izzo's going to have something in his sleeve. The way he literally shut down Mississippi State, they didn't even have a chance, Mississippi State, from the start. If Michigan State plays on offense the way they did versus Mississippi State, they will be in this game throughout. Maybe that's why the number is low, but I don't think North Carolina is just going to come out and just destroy them. But I do think by the 10-minute mark left in the second half, I think North Carolina is starting to pull away.
Michigan State's got some talent. But they don't have an R.J. Davis, man. Dude's fucking awesome. Armando Baycott's going to bang inside. They can throw some bodies at him. But
North Carolina is just way too superior in this game.
I love a kick out to Cormac Ryan to shoot from the perimeter. They got other guys. How many guys are scoring? They got three or four guys that are scoring almost double digits.
Yeah.
12 rebounds a game for Baycott.
Yeah, great game. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I just don't. You don't want to be in North Carolina's path right now. Plain and simple.
Especially off a loss too. Lose to NC State. So
Absolutely.
They do have Walker and Hoggard are good guards, but
so when
still like the Tar Heels.
When are we sold on NC State? When does it get to the point that we're actually sold?
Yeah.
Was it that when they beat North Carolina? Was it last game when they beat Texas Tech? When is it that you could say, "Hey, okay, real"?
And that's the thing.
6 straight wins.
You beat Duke and North Carolina in the ACC tournament. Then you come back and you pull out a big win. Right out of the gate, it was like 5-0, 6-0. It was like, wow. And Oakland, there's nowhere to go down but Oakland. And that's, I said this last night when I was doing the show with the pub guys. I said, and I was on Gabe, I said, that's a team that needed, 11, 12 3-pointers? A guy just hitting everything to win by 2, to barely hold on. Not great that's against Kentucky, who has 7 NBA players on the roster with a crap coach.
Yeah.
And we've said before, I think I said here, I think Calipari is not a good coach. Yeah. Do I want? It's a 6.5. Is this NC State winning by 10? I think if this was 6, I would already bet 6.5. And again, half points. Not that I buy points and stuff like that. It should be a difference.
Oakland has 4 guys that are averaging double digits. Golke sunk 10 3-pointers yesterday.
Yeah.
I like Oakland plus the points. I'll put a sprinkle on the money line too.
Right in this Oakland team for the past month and a half, and
I know you have.
This Oakland team is they can go toe to toe with almost anybody.
Yep.
they're a better team. I mean, I know they're in the Horizon League and everything, but they play some good. I mean, they got some serious players.
Yep.
I mean, they played Kentucky. Kentucky runs down the field and runs down the court.
Is Golke's a freshman?
Golke, yeah, Jack Golke.
I gotta take Oakland here.
That coach is the longest tenured coach in the NCAA.
And Oakland
For
can
Oakland.
play defense too. That's one thing people don't realize.
Yeah.
Oakland can play defense. Now we didn't see any defense versus Kentucky, but who really can play defense versus Kentucky? Let's just be real.
They held Kentucky to 76 points. That's a success.
Well, what? That is actually right.
Oh, wait. Oh. Yeah, feel free to hit the mute button there.
You're absolutely right, Tooch. 76 points held by to Kentucky. Kentucky's averaging 85-plus points a game. So he's absolutely right. But if you look at Oakland, they play some defense. Remember when we had you had Milwaukee in the finals and I had Oakland? I was like, I can't believe Milwaukee got all the way to this far. I mean, credit to Sean for picking Milwaukee, but he picked the Milwaukee just versus the wrong team. They're not beating Oakland. And I'm going to ride Oakland here. I think we're going to see a defensive game.
It's like one of those things like we see a team get into the Sweet 16. So either one of these teams are going to be a Cinderella-esque Sweet 16 team, right? Nobody thought either one of these guys would be here.
Yeah.
You know?
You got
I like the under here.
You got a 14 seed versus an 11 seed. Classic bracket buster.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll take Oakland plus 6.5.
I like Oakland and the under. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. And it's going to be like a 71-66 type game.
Mm-hmm. Sean, what's your pick on this one?
I'm
you
torn.
love a dog.
I want to take NC State. I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough. I will say that.
Like when you have everything go right.
Yeah.
And barely win. And now you got a team that's on a little. I mean, most teams are on rolls coming in here, right? So you're going to have a half a dozen or so teams on 6-game win streaks coming in, winning conference tournaments, right?
Yep.
And you have two of them here going head to head, but one is off a huge monumental win, not just for tournament. I mean, come on, you knock off Kentucky, just even school wise. I mean, a 14-2 win is a pretty big deal. We've seen 11s knock off teams before. Like that's not really shocker when we see 5-12s, 4-13s, 6-11s. Like those are 7-10s. They're kind of par for the course. You see those a little bit. The Oakland one is. It just seems like you're dropping down. I mean, you want to pull because that's like the underdog story right now, or maybe Yale is. I mean, Yale pulled a big win. I mean, they got Yale up next or whatever. Yale, right? Who's Yale got? Who's Yale going to face? San Diego State. They might give San Diego State a run.
I'm not sold on San Diego State. I mean,
I wasn't sold on Yale at all. I thought
it made it to the Final Four last year.
Sean, that was my big play of the day. Was Auburn minus 12.5. I've been saying that for the past week.
I thought they were just
Auburn,
again an SEC team playing good, and that was overlooked by Tennessee and Kentucky and Alabama's offense. And not that Florida's there, but Florida again they were kind of less talked about than the other guys.
Well, we knew Florida scores. Just Florida played no defense, and they soaked up the Alabama game plan. It backfired.
Yep.
You gave up 102 points to Colorado. I mean, Colorado's a good team, don't get me wrong, but 102 points?
267 people watching. Anthony, I like Oakland plus the points. Sean likes NC State minus.
It's a tough game. It's tough.
So far, I just pulled the trigger on NC though. We're hitting a bunch of shows. The only one I've thrown in so far just now live, I took Carolina minus 3.5. Carolina minus 3.5.
North Carolina minus 3.5. My Cyclones in a nice game yesterday. They were it was a close game for a while. Iowa State just kind of pulled away. They're playing Washington State, who beat my Drake Bulldogs. 66-61.
Terrible Drake. Hey, Drake. I mean, blowing that game.
Sorry, guys. Washington State. I'm not good.
Yeah. Never in doubt for this guy.
Never in doubt. Yeah. Iowa State versus Washington State. Iowa State minus 6.5.
Did you have a Dayton 2 over Duquesne, like over Nevada, blowing a 20-point lead?
I was all over Duquesne. I took Duquesne Monday morning plus 8 up to
No. Dayton over Nevada. I'm talking about Nevada blowing a 20-point
I
lead
had
against Dayton.
Yep.
I had
Don't
Nevada.
confuse them.
I feel
Duquesne BYU. I like the under in that game. I didn't pull it. Like I thought BYU, as good as they could shoot, if they're not shooting, Duquesne beats you.
Yeah, I had BYU early, and then as the week went on, I knew I was in trouble.
I was talking about that game with Tooch, and I said BYU wins this game only if they come out and they hit their threes. If they come out of the gate and they're 1 for 10 and threes, they're done. Game over.
You know, the teams that are overly dependent on 3-point shots don't usually find that much success in the tournament settings. Iowa State versus Washington State, Sean. My Cyclones minus 6.5. I love the Cyclones.
I
Regular season Hawkeyes, postseason
Cyclones. Now the Hawkeyes won their first game of the NIT too, though.
Ooh.
No Washington State for me. I'm with Tooch. I'm at Homer Tooch here on Iowa State.
I'm gonna take Iowa State here. I'm also gonna go under here. I think it's gonna be a snooze fest on this game.
Yeah, probably. I like lean under too. How about you?
This game I would lean under because I think Iowa State wins this like 60 to 55 or some nonsense,
60,
some low.
62 type game. 62 to 48.
68, 62.
If both teams get to 60, I'd be shocked. If Washington State scores 60, I'm shocked.
I would be too. Cyclones win.
All right. Texas, Tennessee.
I mean, look at these scores for Washington State.
SEC.
Hold on a second. Bump up Washington State. 66, 52, 79 against Stanford, 68.
They scored 52 against Colorado.
Yeah, 77, 75, 61. I mean,
68 versus Washington.
I mean, they get about 70 most of the time, like in the low 70s. So now you're playing a team that plays defense, and you're on a neutral court, and it's again, this is why I kind of like Drake. Why I like Iowa State too. There, it's like a home game, and where they're playing Des Moines. They're in Omaha.
Yeah, both teams right. Iowa State's at Ames, about a half hour from Des Moines. Des Moines is where Drake plays.
Well, this is I think this is in Omaha.
It's in Omaha.
I said Des Moines, but it's Omaha. I think it's Omaha.
Creighton's home court.
It's still kind of close to.
Yeah.
What's that drive? 2 hours? It's not that far.
It's the Shy Health Center, Omaha. Yeah, 2 hours. 2 hour drive.
Yeah. Give me Iowa State.
Yep, short bus ride. Yep, there's gonna be a lot of Cyclones fans there. There's probably not gonna be that many Washington State fans there. I'll tell you, flying in from Tacoma.
Yeah,
All right. Texas, Tennessee, SEC, Big 12.
You know what? I want to say Tennessee so bad, but I
don't trust them.
But Texas, when they lose, they don't just lose; they lose bad.
I know.
I'm going to roll here with Tennessee. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm not running to bet this game. But all I'm going to say is when Texas loses, they lose bad. And they lose real bad. Like double-digit 15.
Tennessee was one and done in the tournament. They lost to Mississippi State. Before that, they lost to Kentucky. They were at home in that Kentucky.
Yes. Hold on. Again, though, with that loss to Kentucky, they were favored over them.
Yeah,
and they had just beaten. They were on the road.
That was our dog of the day.
They beat. And they're coming in with like an 8-game winning streak, of which
Auburn
at home, Alabama on the road, and then South Carolina.
Yep.
Home game. You already locked up the SEC. You kind of play down. Maybe they win and don't cover. If they win and don't cover there, you're like, whatever. So they lost by a couple buckets. So that one, I give them a pass on that one. Not that I want any team losing. Like I think nobody wants to lose their last home game of the season, but. Whatever. It was what it was. You're what are you playing for? You're pretty locked into a 2-seed anyway. The Mississippi State loss, though, and the embarrassing, which is why I said to take them to roll first half against St. Peter's. I said, because that's a team with the Rick Barnes, like, you can't coach.
Yep.
You're playing bad. You lost 2 in a row. They needed a statement. They got it.
Yeah. Here
with Texas, Ant makes a point that they get blown out. Yeah. Forget about a close loss against like a TCU or whoever they lose like that. When they play Kansas and Houston, comparable teams, that's when they lose them by 20.
Kansas State, they lost in the tournament too, and then they beat Colorado State. defense showed up against Colorado State, held them to 44 points.
That's fine, but look
Colorado
at
State coming off the play-in though.
Go down the road here with Texas against. Again, this is not a home game per se, right? I mean,
Right.
it's neutral, but at Kentucky they lose by 20. At Houston they lose by 20. You know, you go on the road, a good team similar, you're losing by big chunks. I mean, they lost by 12 at BYU. I mean,
this game's in Charlotte at the Spectrum Center, so a little closer for Tennessee though.
I really
lost by 21 at Marquette. Like, forget about them losing other games. They lost to Connecticut by 10 on a neutral. And again, is Tennessee better than Connecticut? Probably not. But the underlying factor is Marquette, Houston, Kansas. I mean, these are good teams. Houston, Kansas, Marquette, and UConn are all probably on the same par as Tennessee. You lose on the road by 20, you can lose by 10 here on the neutral. Give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm right there with.
I don't trust Texas at all. I don't trust Tennessee, but Tennessee's the better team. Give me
if Tennessee
Dalton Connect and company.
Double digit.
Yep. Minus 6.5.
I don't care if it's 6.5 or 7.5 or even 8.5. I would take. I think if Tennessee wins this, they're winning by double digit. Just for the fact that when Texas loses, they don't just lose; they lose bad. So I'm rolling with Tennessee, and that's it. Plain and simple.
I like Tennessee minus 6.5. So I also like the under in this one, though. Two fairly good defensive teams.
No opinion on
the team who wins this game will meet the winner of the Oregon Creighton game, which we'll talk about in just a second.
And also on this note for Tennessee, so we've seen some bad SEC losses so far. Alabama, who was just down 6, we're talking. Now they're up 10. And A&M's up 17 presently.
On Nebraska.
So
Trent killed it.
You know, what's the score?
79-62. A&M.
A&M's up by 19. 81-62.
Yeah.
My TV turned off. I can't. Yeah.
Trent.
Yeah. 17. Wow.
He's the worst gambler in history.
All right, let's talk about this game.
All right, Duquesne, Illinois. Anthony and I were talking before the show. Illinois is a slow starting team, Sean. I got to look up the trend in this one, but
this is real simple here. Don't worry about how they start, how they finish. Just take the Illinois team total over, and that's it. And it's a wrap because they might play a little bit of pity pat ball. I mean, the score that game was 59-58 at one point. I thought that game was. The next thing you know, they're up 30.
Yeah.
So take the team total over. Duquesne, come on, Dukes. You're a miracle. You're a bid stealer. Maybe you hang close for a little bit. Illinois is going to write the thing. Again, it's 147-9. I mean, you're going to be looking at some kind of mid-70s here for them to get over the total. But yeah. I think they drop an 80 spot. I said this again. I hate bringing up like things I just said earlier on other shows, but the separation between good teams and the bad teams, it's rearing its head. It's like 2000 and 1995 college hoops. Like your 1 seeds are 25-point favorites. They're winning by 35. Like it's no contest. We've talked about there's per the KenPom kind of stuff. There's 6 or 8 teams that are in that metric, but then you have a team like Illinois that's still a top 15 type team that could battle. We saw them battle Purdue, right? It's not like they're garbage. And then you're going to throw in a team like Duquesne against them. You know, these guys play like, hey, it's tournament time. This game should be 85-62.
It should.
You know,
you're right. You're absolutely right. But I like Duquesne plus the points. I think Illinois is gonna keep them around. I don't think Illinois is gonna be able to pull away in this game. Duquesne, the last several games, they're playing really, really efficiently and keeping these games close. And
I mean, you think this St. Louis? Now, you want to give them credit for the win over Dayton, who was a top 25 team most of the year. Okay. I mean, you beat St. Louis. They had 12 wins on the year. St. Bonaventure?
They beat the shit out of it.
I mean, I saw VCU beat Dayton 49-47. I mean, I'm not impressed. I mean,
9 out of their last 10 games, 9-game winning streak.
Illinois does not play that good of defense. I'm not saying. I mean, they get to a point in the game where they start playing defense, but
Well, Illinois has one legit stud though, Terrence Shannon. That guy's a beast.
I'm trying to look at who they
I don't know if
played
Duquesne has any
non-conference.
answer. They played
If
tough
you
against the
look
rim
at
though.
all these games that we're going through, we're laying the points.
Yep.
There's got to be a point where you're just like, hey guys, you know what?
I'll take some dogs.
See, I disagree. As much as I'm a dog kind of guy, especially first round, you just want to take the dogs. Like, oh, I'm upset special up. I like upsets, this and that. The second round, you see the separation. The upset is gone. There's nothing left in the tank. All the adrenaline's out of your system.
Yep.
Duquesne wasn't smelling the tournament unless they won.
Yep.
I only like Duquesne
Dayton needed a miraculous comeback for Nevada. Nevada just packed up shop and thought, hey, we're up 17 and game's over, and then everybody gets nervous, forgets how to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Illinois, no, this is a favorite time. Second round favorites for me.
This is why I like Duquesne plus 5.5 first half. The first half score of Illinois' game, Morehead State, Illinois 39, Morehead 38.
Yeah.
They start slow. I bet against them first half lot this season. I'll take Duquesne 5.5 first half, plus 5.5 first half, but I like Illinois to come back alive in the second half and pound them. Give me Illinois full game minus 9.5, Duquesne first half plus 5.5. I also like the under in this game though.
I'm going to your first half play, but I'm also going to keep Duquesne 10. I'm going to buy the half point to minus 120 and take Duquesne plus 10 for the game. I still don't think
I don't hate it.
Illinois wins it,
yeah,
but I don't think they win by double digit. I had Illinois minus 11.5 versus Morehead, but it took till 10 minutes left in the game, and it was literally within a 3-minute span that Illinois went from down 5, down 1, whatever it was, to up 15, just like in a blink of an eye. I don't think they can do that versus Duquesne. This isn't a Morehead team.
Yeah.
Duquesne
is better than Morehead.
Yeah, so you're going to get 10 points. So that's it.
Last game.
Now, this one is my upset special of the day. I'm not an Oregon fan. I can't stand Oregon. You've known all season I don't like Oregon. Oregon
down the stretch, they never make their free throws.
Oregon. This is out Oregon money line.
So I know
Creighton. I'm on Creighton.
I just saw this second round double digit favorites. I know Arizona and Illinois are 9.5. Illinois, I wrote down to 10, so it was a 10 to start. 49-2 straight up, 31-20 ATS. 61% since 2001.
For the favorite or for the dog?
That's the favorite covering. 49-2 straight up, covering 61% of the time. I mean, everything points to the favorites in the second round, especially if they don't cover in the first round. Yeah. The numbers go up. I figured out. I just putting out this little trend page.
This game's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You got Oregon long trip, Creighton a long trip too. Not as long as Oregon, but
otherwise Oregon wins this game outright. That's my opinion. This is a perfect scenario.
Sean, Creighton or you like Creighton?
I got Creighton in the Final Four, so I like Creighton. I'm high, and
Oregon's red hot too.
But, yeah. But I didn't like them in their other games. I was against them. I don't think they should be here. You got lucky. I know it's like, well, they weren't healthy. They got their guys back. Well, now everybody's got to kind of get into a groove and get, who's going to take the shot, who's playing familiar, this and that. So I don't like that, which is why I didn't like them in their last game, which is why I'm not going to like them this game. Creighton, you demolish UConn. Yeah, you're on my book. And this team was pretty good last year too, except the one guy got hurt. Like they had a bunch of some injuries last year. I like Creighton. I'm biased towards Creighton, I guess a little bit, but 5.5.
4 guys in double figures. Creighton. Kalkbrenner, 21 points, 10 rebounds a game. They don't have anybody. Do
you think you think they'll say like let the big guy in Oregon score and just turn this into an up down track meet?
Oregon plays fast, but Creighton don't mind playing fast either though. My whole thing is Oregon. I gotta look and see what their free throw percentage is.
And just getting back to, I know the love for Oakland here. 14 seeds that pull an upset 0-10 straight up in ATS in the second round, losing by an average of 15 points per game.
Wow.
14.8 points per game.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. Trying to find this here. Free throw percentage for Oregon, 71.8% for Oregon, 78.5 points, 78.5% for Creighton. A little better.
Oh, Sean.
Free throw shooting team for Creighton.
Put a comment in the thing for Ross and Jesse. You weren't there. So they're Jimmy Clark, 93.9% free throw shooter. The podcast. You're making you proud.
B. John hitting his bracket, man. I think my bracket's destroyed. I probably lost everything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do one. Then I was like 5 minutes before the game started. I filled one out real quick, and it just
I would have got destroyed.
Destruction.
I'm glad I didn't do one. I got killed.
All right, Sean and I are creating Anthony's on
Oregon money line.
Oregon money line. Give away some free plays now, right?
Yep.
Every single game. What else? We're going to pull NIT and CBI out of our hats?
Yeah.
I was gonna. You could, CBI NIT if you want to give away a game, Sean. I forgot. I didn't even write yours yet.
Are you taking Quinnipiac tomorrow?
Are they in the
Quinnipiac
CBI
on Sunday -2.5?
I'm off the Quinn.
Hell yeah. I forgot to get your free play, Shawnee.
I texted driving.
You texted it to me? I didn't get it. Damn it.
Texted Sean. He was driving though.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I will say that's what I figured out. So do Anthony's. I'll look at one real fast.
Anthony's got the Cyclones tomorrow versus Washington State. Love his play. I'll be on the Cyclones as well.
Oh yeah.
Sean has.
Why don't you just take NC State since you got
I'm going to go the Ohio State team. The Ohio State Buckeyes.
No, they were 10-point favorites.
Ohio State is what? Minus what?
Now, lost that game.
Ohio State 4-point favorites over Virginia Tech.
Give me Virginia Tech. I'm going to fade your free.
I'll take Ohio State.
They're at home. Actually, make it a parlay of your life. Give me the over too, because that's going to be like, let's roll the ball out and play.
Hold on. Pause it. Timeout. Did Sean Higgs say he's going to parlay something?
Yeah, you're not a parlay guy.
But I know the audience of SGPs.
What's the over?
150. 150.
Is it a goat whale max play?
Goat whale max wager. We're gonna cake. We're gonna get the cake, and nobody's gonna steal our bag.
Or is it actually in your is it a goat llama max play?
Yes, the llama max play to get the
llama max. Goat llama. All right, I'm taking Gonzaga -3.5 versus Kansas. Dog of the day, Duquesne +9.5 versus Illinois. I like that first half. Should we go first half on that one?
But if you guys all looked at the post,
let's go first half on that.
I gave you guys a free winner this morning at UAB +6.5. So hopefully you guys take dog of the day from today.
My dog of the day is going to be North Texas +4 versus Seton Hall tomorrow.
All right, let me and North Texas plus what?
4
versus Seton Hall.
Surf.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I'm not convinced on Seton Hall.
Not at all. The Johnnies killed them, and the Johnnies didn't even make the tournament.
All right, there's our 2 dogs of the day. One from Sean, one from me and Anthony. North Texas +4 versus Seton Hall. Trying to get a little ahead there. Comments before we go? Any questions?
I like UNLV -4.5 at home over BC.
Parlay Prop King says, "What the hell are you doing playing a parlay, Sean?"
Yeah, you like that.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Maybe we'll do some sooner if we can.
Yeah, we'll see. Take it back
next Friday. We got MLB.
MLB. Oh, I can't wait.
Thursday.
Yeah, but there's baseball every day.
Last year was my first winning year in MLB.
In baseballs this year, 6-0-1.
Are you with spring training?
Unbelievable.
6-0-1.
6-0 run.
I'm doing that real soon though.
I'm 1-1. I had the it was a regular season. I had the Padres in game 1 and had the over in game 2.
There you go, winner.
All right, fellas. Thanks again. We will talk to you later. Good night.